Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Well, maybe let's see what's next. Very interesting.
Right, I think,
Just so small.
yeah. To close it all off, we have ERIK Santos.
Way!
And this is the moment, live from MYX, and I think this is one of those MYX throwback videos.
Young ERIK.
Yeah, baby ERIK. And I'm really looking forward to this because I adore his vocal textures, and like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I think he's one of my favorite male vocalists at the moment.
ERIK Santos and Jason D need to make a Spanish song together.
Oh my god, could you imagine? It will blow up in the whole of Latin America so hard.
Yeah, I think
So
it will blow up
hard.
in the Philippines as well. And
I
yeah,
think so too.
Do well, like TikTok and all that stuff. So it will
Well,
blow up.
but you know how Inigo did like Danger, his latest one of his latest track.
Yeah, of course.
It's very Latino, and
It's
I actually
very islandish.
no. Listen to this. I came across an article from Colombia
Nice.
talking about Inigo Pascual and his new track, like how it's been booming in
He's
Latin
actually
America.
very popular in the Latino community.
It doesn't make it like it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, me too.
It makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah,
It's
it really
freaking
does. And
awesome.
also he can, he's done sort of covers in Spanish every now and then, so it makes
Just playing
sense.
to the whole thing.
Good,
I love
man.
It.
Like,
I love it.
he's
It's the
famous
brand,
now. I keep telling him when I text him, he's like, dude.
Brother, you're famous.
And he just landed a big role in this Fox TV. I think it's like a series.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's awesome. I can't wait to see what the future holds for him. It's
Go on.
exciting.
So this is
ERIK
ERIK Santos.
This is the moment live from MYX. Woo.
Turn it up, please.
Yes, sir.
This is the day when I see all my thousands on every endeavor
So bass heavy.
I have remember is coming to play. Is here in the
Isn't he Prince Charming?
He's like Aladdin.
Isn't he freaking Prince Charming?
Basically, the real version of Aladdin. He sounds like him.
He does.
And he has like magic carpet and also magic lamp.
He has magic voice.
And if you rub it, it gives you their wishes.
No, that's a genie, but never mind.
A lamp.
Yeah, okay.
Genie lamp, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. The genie
Why are you being
in a
weird about it?
bottle.
Yeah, it's not a box. It's Pandora's box. You open that shit, no way going back, dog.
This is the moment. This is the time when the moment come and the moment are in line. Give me this moment,
Oh god.
this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, when all the dreaming, scheming, screaming become one.
See what I mean? It's
This is the
perfect.
day. See it sparkle and shine when all I've lived for becomes mine. For all
He needs to cover Luis Miguel or Cristian Castro.
Dude, I'm telling
Like
you.
he does. Like he just has that perfect range for it. It's just freaking
And I
wonderful.
love it if it's a collab with Jason D. Dude.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
all these years I've faced the world alone, and now the time has come to prove to them I can make it on my own. This is the moment, my final test. Destiny beckoned, I never reckoned second best. I won't look down, I must not fall. This is the moment, the sweetest moment. The moment.
Yes. Key change.
This is the moment.
Goodness gracious.
It's next level, dude.
Let's get technical. Look at that tongue positioning, bro. Go back. No. Go back. Here, right here. Just look at his tongue. Look, it's perfectly what I talk about all the time. Having that high end of the tongue touching trying to reach the soft palate, and then the tip of the tongue touching the bottom of his back teeth, the back of his bottom teeth. Sorry, got a little confused there. But he's creating that huge resonant box right at the back of his throat, and then if you continue to see, it even deepens even wider to create even more bigger resonance in this area of his mouth, so the larynx can reach further back and still tilt forward and create even bigger resonance. So he's very grounded and sounds fuller in the sound, and he doesn't lose body.
Right.
And actually you can see the neck anchoring, so he's reaching back. The further back he goes, the more space he's gonna have. So basically we call that action sending the note to the back of your head.
That's what you always.
Yeah.
Sometimes when when you sort of see.
It's all back here.
Right.
And you want to keep the chin down and like the back of the head lifted, because it creates a lot of anchoring right at the back of the neck. So it's a lot of power there that you don't have to strain your vocal cords or the larynx into any forceful position. And it's a very clean belt.
Dude,
It's
what is
very
this
beautiful.
called? You know what that is?
Yeah, those are the muscles around your larynx.
Oh.
I don't know what they're called though. I forgot. And
My-
that's on my years of
Mine looks weird.
No, they're just really developed. There's nothing wrong with them.
Oh.
That's perfectly fine.
Because his doesn't look like that.
No, actually, like, of course they are. Look how well developed they are here.
Yeah, but.
They're creating great anchoring.
Oh, right.
Obviously,
They look smoother.
he's not tilting to a side.
Oh,
he's
right,
actually
right.
all forward like that. You're seeing it face
Oh,
front.
it's not bad that I have that.
I know, absolutely not. It actually would help a lot with
Really?
vocal anchoring.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Good on weights.
He's also lifting with his neck.
And you can also see how the back anchoring is working here really well.
Yeah, I
He's
can
sending the
notice that now, and
notes-
it's also very grounded.
Absolutely. Look at his stance.
Hasn't moved
So-
one bit.
No. You need to be very grounded for pieces like this. He's always back. And when he leans forward, there's a strain, there's
You can see
force,
it,
there's
yeah.
tension here. So it's really well thought through, this performance. So clean.
This was the moment, the greatest moment of them all.
Look how high his larynx are. Oh, perfection.
Oh, you can see
Did
that.
you see that
right.
shift? It was so great. My God, beautiful performance. Oh, in love. I'm obsessed. Oh my God, yes.
Class.
Oh, play it again, because why not? I mean, you could watch this, and it's great because it's a concise piece, right? So there's a lot happening. These are the type of pieces that you take to auditions, and you do the 16 bars that include the key change. So the last bar or the last few bars before you do into the key change, working up towards it. Because you show an incredible range of things, not only technique, but vocal color, a performance, delivery, a lot of intention in diction.
Flexibility.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of those pieces that are incredibly well accepted amongst the musical
the
theater
moment.
community. Yeah,
Right. You know who I was thinking as well? That
for males, of course.
obviously another power vocalist in terms of like male is Martin.
Oh my God, yes. But isn't it funny that in the Philippines, I find it interesting that in the Philippines, power vocalists tend to be very theatrical, tend to be very theater forward in their training and their vocal approach of things.
Actually, all of them.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I had never been exposed to anything like that before.
Perhaps the only. Well, I think it's because.
Outside of the theater industry,
Yeah, but
of
I think
course.
it just goes on to say about the more
The
regimented,
pedigree.
yeah, the more regimented and more disciplined and more strategical singing and a more strategic approach to singing becomes, the closer it becomes to a regimented system like theatre.
Absolutely, I
You know,
agree.
because I think that's what theatre does really well.
But
It
like
really-
the intention, diction
Polishes.
is like yeah, it's acting through song. They
Yeah.
really do manage to get really nitty gritty with all the details that popular mainstream music kind of like leaves out and neglects completely. And you can be a fantastic power vocalist neglecting all of those aspects, right? And we've seen it throughout history of music. I mean, some of the greatest female power vocalists were incredibly neglectful when it came to diction or
Modulate. Well, maybe
modulate
not- maybe-
in intention, inflection
That's
of,
it.
of songs. They became very linear, that the songs became so popular that there was only one way of telling the story.
Then we saw also a degrade of them because I also think due to a
The
lack
lack of intention from the original artist.
No, due to a lack of a regimented system, which also encourages vocal health, you don't see them last very much.
That's also an incredibly great point.
But
the,
then in
the longevity of the artists that are known in the West, on the rest of the world, to be power vocalists, they don't have really long careers.
Well, I can guarantee you one thing: they're not there now.
That's right.
And what seems to be really peculiar about the Filipino industry is they're all there now.
Their longevity.
All of
man,
them.
Absolutely.
30 plus
absolutely.
years in that bloody industry.
I mean,
singing like that. Madness, bro.
It is incredibly. It's insane. It's insane. And the wonderful thing about having really well-grounded in technique singers is that you get to see them evolve constantly.
Yeah.
They're not stagnant performances. There's a constant change. There's a constant evolution. And actually, I believe that a lot of the artists that were hot 30 years ago are better now than when they first started.
Well,
Because
time only makes you better when you're that technically sound and you
Yeah.
also have this willingness to learn and experiment.
Yeah,
It is
I was
fascinating.
going to refer to, for example, Sonny Bono.
Uh-huh.
30 years singing
Yeah.
is the best now.
Yeah.
Somehow he's arguably better now than ever.
Absolutely. And I feel
Somehow.
I feel like that's the case with Regine. I think that woman just continuously gets better.
and better, yeah.
And it's a very difficult technique to master. What she does is incredibly difficult. And it's known for being hard. But what's even harder is that she has been able to maintain it throughout her whole career, and not even maintain it, but become better, like continuously progress
evolve,
and work
continually
to
evolve.
evolve, right? To be greater. That to me is an absolute mystery,
That's-
and it's inspirational to strive to have those artists, like Lani Misalucha, Sharon Cuneta, have Lea Salonga being such a pinnacle images and personalities in the industry that people can look up to, right?
Jaya's a very good example of that too.
Throughout the years, absolutely.
I think what's the reason why I knew that we were onto something very peculiar when we first discovered the Filipino industry, when it seemed that they were very closely related to, or very closely aligned with theatre-like performances. That's when I knew it's like, we're on something else here. This isn't your regular. These aren't your regular singers.
It's a brand new pedigree. It really is.
Yeah, that's why I always use that word, because people who sing in theatre, that are very successful in theatre, are a specific. They have been molded.
It's a
to
brand new legion of people.
They are different. They're different
They are
people.
indeed. It is.
I'm sorry, like if maybe you're 30 now and you want to do it like in theatre, it's like you could, but you have to become something different to what you are now.
Absolutely.
Because those people are completely different breeds of people.
Yeah.
They're not normal. They don't think like you do. They don't think like I do. You think like but I'm completely like this. We're different people.
And
bro.
to a certain extent, I'm a complete noob to compared to the people in the industry right now. In the theater industry right now, I mean,
I'm sure you would say that.
there
I'm
is
sure they'd say that as well.